Fanspeak, where the plan runs deep. The team grind hard, don't eat, don't sleep. From best ball dreams to DFS streaks, they help you print money every single week. Fanspeak. No cap, no gimmicks, we breaking limits. NFL bets, yeah, we live this business. Meg and Steve, that OG vision. Draft room killers on a lifelong mission. More stress to the Sunday spread. Fanspeak's that voice that's inside your head. Best ball, DFS, NFL bets. They built it brick by brick, no regrets. Fanspeak team, printing money since day one. Fanspeak, forever.
Welcome back to another Best Ball Lunch Break, Talking Ball Steve-O Speak. We're back in the Underdog streets today. We are going to do a couple drafts. Then this evening, I will be on Huheim's channel to talk some ball, and I think we're maybe doing a draft there as well. So looking forward to that. We'll get into it shortly, but did want to talk about the quarterback pockets as Meg had the prompt. Speaking of Meg, checking in. Hey, brother. And of course, our Best Balls Degen Substack. You can get our Best Ball guide there, part of the package. It is also discounted right now for an entire year. You can get it for $30. Hard to find a better deal than that. So definitely give it a check it out, and see if it's something you'd be interested in. We got Mike Robb saying Steve, Huheim, speaking of me being on a show later, checking in, money thing, JJ McCarthy, the quarterback we need in 2026. We have to go pretty deep into the weeds to get to McCarthy. We got Paul in here. What's good? Doing well. Quarterbacks matter from Fantasy Monster. Absolutely. WFN Warehouse, good afternoon. Keith, good afternoon. Good afternoon to everyone. Mike, what's up? Great seeing everyone. So yeah, let's just talk about the quarterback pockets. And what is interesting this year, I still actually have Meg's ranks in. Definitely need to be switching that up. Is just this huge gap between QB 1 and 2. And now Allen is sliding a couple of picks back, but actually in some ways so is Lamar. There's about a round difference between Lamar and then the next group. But a 20 pick difference, almost a 2-round difference between Josh Allen and Lamar is huge. I think undoubtedly we should consider Josh Allen as QB1, but the fact that it's such a big difference is a little wild. For me, I want to probably be around the field on Josh Allen. It's hard to deny he's just much more consistent than any of these other quarterbacks, and in many cases because of injuries. I mean, we've seen Lamar, Burrow, Daniels, all major injuries in their various careers so far. Jalen Hurts even has multiple years missing games. Dak Prescott, multiple years missing key games. Mahomes coming off a big injury. Brock Purdy was absolutely the guy Sam Sherman needed last year, but he also missed a lot of time. The first tier, do you consider it Allen by himself? Do you consider it Allen and Lamar? That's kind of the tough thing. I don't want to avoid either, so I'm going to have my percentages of both. But then I think when we get into the 60s, it becomes very interesting because from 65 to 79, so 80, so 15 spots, we have 6 quarterbacks. And, spoiler, I mean, Herbert and Trevor Lawrence aren't far behind either, but 6 quarterbacks in 15 spots, that's essentially half, just about half those spots. And if you did want to break it down to the next 2 quarterbacks through 85, so in 20 spots, 8 quarterbacks, same kind of math. That is a huge percentage of those picks being devoted to the quarterback position. So, from this window, we need to make it decisions. Like, do we want to be at the field with all of them? Is there going to be somebody we're going to be lower on, somebody we're going to be higher on? For me, from my perspective, I think Drake May is the best value of this bunch. One, he finished quarterback 2 last year, and he finished quarterback 2 last year with his offense not needing to throw the ball a lot, and his rushing kind of probably at around his rough floor. There's a lot more upside to his running game, and in part because they were not, they weren't down, so they didn't need him to run more. It's the same with Josh Allen. Like, Josh Allen runs more in games when they're competitive. when they need to take a lead, or it's going back and forth, or they're trying to bury a team. He doesn't run, he doesn't generally run for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Miami Dolphins when they're up by 30. It was kind of the same with Drake May. Like early on, he ran more. And then he had that game week 15, I think that was against the Jets, where he had 2 rushing touchdowns to start, but then the game was over and he just stopped doing anything. So for me, from my perspective, Drake May, their offensive line should be better. Their weapons should definitively be better with A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs kind of swapping for Stephon Diggs. And then stopping to throw the ball in the third quarter like he did many times, essentially, he could get pushed a lot more. So I feel like he is the best value of this bunch. And also, thus far, he doesn't have the same injury risk as some of these other guys, though. He did have a concussion his rookie year. For me, for the rest of this group, I can't, there's not a single guy I'm going to be down on. I might be a percentage or 2 down on Jaden just because I think May's a better value, a percentage or 2 down on Hurts because I think Dak is a better value, and Herbert. In the next group, though, I will start it at Herbert. Kind of Herbert through Dart, until we get to about pick 100. Herbert's going to be the guy that I want the most of, followed fairly closely with Lawrence and Purdy. I'll have a shot on Dart. I'll some Mahomes. I think Mahomes is a little overpriced given his lack of rushing potential this year. I think the other quarterbacks on this list have far better rushing potential. Like even Brock Purdy, we saw last year down the stretch, was very, very willing to use his legs. And I just don't know if Mahomes is going to have that in him. So he might have no more than 200 yards rushing. Everyone else is looking at 350, 400, 500 yards rushing. Dart probably leading the pack of this group. And then touchdown-wise, like, will Mahomes have a single rushing touchdown? I don't know, but I can almost guarantee all the other ones have at least 2, 3, 4. Again, Dart probably having the most. So Mahomes is the one I will probably end up being only about 4%, just to help get higher percentages on everyone else. And that's just, unfortunately, at this price, I have a tough time doing it. Just because we can get the same quarterback profile in this next group at a round or more discount. And that's what is that profile? That's a quarterback who can throw the hell out of the ball, but not going to run a lot. And that is Matt Stafford, Jared Goff, Jordan Love to an extent. Maybe Love gets the running, starts running a little bit more. But of this group, I like all these guys. I do think Nix and Murray are the 2 best values in this next group, like this 100 to 120-ish range. I think Kyler Murray has finished as quarterback 12 or better in points per game every year of his career. Some of those are very shortened seasons, but it shows that when he's on the field, he's producing, and he's going as quarterback 17. Generally, this profile goes much, much higher. Bo Nix, 2 years in, has finished quarterback 7 both years. He's going as quarterback 15. He's coming off a foot injury. Maybe he runs slightly less, but I feel pretty confident he's got a real chance to be a top 10 quarterback again, especially with him adding Waddle. So I just think there's real value there. And then this final starting pocket, I'll say, Malik Willis through Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the best value, just because sometimes he still is going, unless Meg's in the draft, he's still going in the 170s, 180s. So I think he's unquestionably the best value of the group. I think Willis has the highest ceiling, highest spike weeks. And overall, I think probably Darnold and Stroud are the best, midpoint type quarterbacks. Like, I don't think they're going to be completely awful. Like, there's just a chance Cam Ward struggles. There's a chance Daniel Jones with the injury. Bryce Young, it's just been so up and down. Mendoza, the same, for a rookie. But Stroud and Darnold, I think, have a lot of positives going for them. And they can be very consistent. I think they can be very solid number 2 quarterbacks, probably finishing in the top, 15 to 18 among total quarterback points. So a little bit of value there, but not really guys who are live for like top 10, top 5. They don't have that kind of upside. And of course, neither really does Rodgers. Rodgers' top 10 would probably be the absolute peak. But he could be top 15, and at quarterback 28, that is just tremendous value. So checking in on chat, Peanut Punch, hey, all good to see you. Huckleberry, I'm hiding under my desk at work for this. Being named money in the thing and looking JJ McCarthy seems to add up. What up, Fanspeak crew? Good to see Jamie. JJ McCarthy is yelling Wolverines to Kyler's Red Dawn. What a shout. What a great reference. Red Dawn, such the original, the classic 80s movie. You cannot beat that. John Jennings could beat out McCarthy. Probably true. And Hartman, what up, rookie? You're good to see Hartman. So that's kind of how I look at the quarterback tiers. After that, I think Geno, I know he's got the legal thing going on now, is the best in this next tier, though Tua at over 2-round discount feels really good. Deshaun Watson, Shador, I'd probably lean Shador of the two at this point, but it still could go either way. And Jacoby Brissett, we'll see. I just think he's playing his way out of a role, in my opinion, or not playing his way, but talking his way out of a role. So we'll see if he keeps holding out. I don't think it's a good thing for, yes, he's worked with some of these weapons before, but he's not worked with this coaching staff. So I could see that working against him quite a bit. So we will get into a couple drafts. The Frenchie Friday sprint filled. So we are going to do poodle drafts. I'm going to start. I've not done a single one yet. I'm going to do a couple on stream. I'll be doing some off stream. But I knew I could wait a little bit. I've been doing the Frenchies. Let's jump in this. I'm going to enter in 10 seconds. Entering 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter. So the poodle is another one they did not change. I think it was very wise of them not to change. 20 max, $7 entry, 55K total entries, 40K up top. It's 212, 106, 105, 310 seat final. The finals, you make 300, you make more than your money. You make more than your money back for entering, max entering. And then, I actually I think it steps up pretty well. Like the first, 110 is 300. And then the next 100 is 400. Next 50 is 500. So I think it works pretty well. You have 30 people, about 10% getting 1K on $7 entry. That's pretty damn good. So let's see in here. Wow, this is very much friends and family. We have on real time, we have Wiles. Good to see Wiles. We have Buddy Man. We have King QC. We have Legion. We have Huckleberry. That's all I see. If there's anyone else, though, that's quite a lot. But if there's anyone else, please give a shout. And good luck to everyone. All right. I will swap them later. I'll leave Meg's ranks up for this. Need another contest to drop soon. I think we'll get one. We'll definitely obviously get some sort of Frenchie this Friday, but I bet we get another one, with the Puppy 2 finalizing. I bet we get another smaller dollar one, whether it's, a Schnauzer, a Pomeranian, maybe it's the German Shepherd. I bet we get something in that $3 to $5 range. Especially as this gets to be it probably will be that'll be Thursday. So they dropped us the same day as I think they dropped us the same day, or when did they drop the poodle? Was it Friday or Saturday last week? Either way, I was a little surprised they dropped them roughly the same together, but yeah, it obviously worked. let me go Genty here. I like Lamb a lot, but I do want to get a little over the field on Genty. I just think he's got a lot going for him. Guy had over 200 fantasy points in one of the worst run offenses that we could see last year. And I like what they did at, their offensive mind system now with Kubiak. Of course, quarterback play is just going to be elevated. The offensive line play should be well elevated. Of course, year 2 for him. So just a lot going his way. I don't think the Raiders are a great team, but I think they'll be good enough. Do I want to tie myself to 2 weaker offenses? I think I'll go Kenneth Walker for that reason. What are the chances starting alive after going into draft? How we doing, Steve? Good to see you, Wiles. Always good talking ball with you. Doing well. Starting my poodle run here. Which one of you is? That's the Fantasy Monster here. Need more JT. That playoff schedule is the goods. Yeah. Can't argue with that. So Huckleberry takes JT London. Legion, McCaffrey, Henry, that sounds like my draft, the olds. I think King QC gets a nice little fall in Devon A-Chain. That's who I was considering versus Walker. But I get it. This kind of whole area I feel is kind of flat. Like I think there's I have Cook ahead of Barkley, but through Barkley and then the whole next group, you can kind of just pick your poison until you get to, unfortunately, the turn where it feels like you're almost taking 3rd round picks, with Love and, just some of the issues with Neighbors and Rice and Jacobs. It does thin out, but you have to make the most of it. So we're all dealing with that. Absolutely. AJ over London, not for me. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't necessarily put up to 16, but I do like tying myself to a better offense. So I love Drake London, and it's just, I think AJ Brown will have more scoring opportunities. I think Drake May is going to throw for 30, 35 touchdowns. I don't see why not this year, especially if they're throwing the ball more. Like, from a volume perspective, that's truly the only thing hindering them last year. And, hinder is a loose term. They're number 1 team in the AFC. So coming up here. So we see the double Bowers McBride tight end. Personally, that's not going to be something I really do. I think it can work in the right scenario, but I think it's thinner this year given the offenses that you're tied to. So Zay, Josh Allen. I think I will go Josh Allen. And let's see what comes back to me. Okay, out of 5 Eagles, respectfully, of course, to track. Got it. We got Nice and Blunt checking in. Excellent thumbnail day, TM Steve. Good to see you, Nice and Blunt. I will have Nice and Blunt on Thursday, so tomorrow. So we'll be doing some drafts then, and unless they're dropping something else, probably maybe a BBM and a poodle or something like that. Javante or Scattaboo. Let me go with the guy. We'll push receiver a little bit. I mean, I love Lab. Burden's fine. Evans is fine. McLaurin's fine. But get my core three running backs. What did you say or do? I got the inappropriate content when I entered today. Oh no. Maybe this is from Meg. From her going, come on, baby, a dumbass. Or it could be the JJ McCarthy comment. That's true. We got JT checking in. Where we drafting today? We're doing a poodle. We'll do another one after this. So I'm sorry, Husky Missy. Meg is not on, so this is more of a safe space today. Bowers McBride, guy next to me, did the same thing to BBM last night. Yeah, I can't get behind it. I think you're just giving up too much, and particularly from the Cardinals side. I know last year McBride averaged about 14 points, which would be pretty good. Like very few, only like 12 receivers are getting above that or whatever it is. The tough thing is, good luck for him doing it again. I just really think it's going to be tough for him. Do I think he gets like 11 or 12 points average and a couple of 20-point weeks and all that? Sure. But I just think this situation is going to be so much more difficult this year with Jeremiah Love, like actually having a running game. This team did not run the football down the stretch last year. And two quality wide receivers to get the ball to. Not to mention a running back who catches the ball well and can be a dynamic playmaker. Like all these things, plus you're then relying on Jacoby Brissett or Gardner Minshew. To me, that's just a way step down from what Bowers is doing, relying on Kirk Cousins and Fernando. So, like, to me, if you are willing to take the risk on Trey McBride, that is the perfect draft. Like, you're right, and you're saying like he's tight end one, and I'm going to get a value. Like that's the only way it's paying off. But if you're taking Bowers, you're kind of conceding that point. Yeah, I mean, mixing it in is fine, but saying that someone's doing it multiple times feels like a stretch. Now, do I go Lamar? That's tempting. But no. I think I go Rome there. And we'll see if I get another receiver that I like coming back. Yeah, I really thought we'd start to see Lamar move up. Like, I didn't think he'd be like next to Josh Allen, but I figured Lamar would start moving to like 50-ish. And if anything, he's going in the wrong direction. So, I mean, good for getting Lamar shares, but just kind of surprising. I'm going to go Marv here. I'm not, I think Marvin Harrison is a fine pick in the 60s. I don't think it's a home run or a smash pick. I think it's a very reasonable, and it will take it over Parker Washington. I thought about taking Caleb, but that also felt like reaching for that. And Tyler Warren. Let me go back to the board. Oh, different username. Okay. Frizzle, who's your favorite late round quarterback? I mean, depending on what we're considering late round, like if for some reason Aaron Rodgers falls, it'd be him. but somebody who's reasonably there, it's Tua. Like I think Tua is going to start the year. I think Tua has a chance to play the whole year if he plays relatively well and he can stay healthy. Outside of that, I guess Shador. I don't feel great about it. My guess is even if Watson starts the year, Shador ends up being there at the end, and it would not shock me if Shador plays more games. I don't think Shador is likely to start the whole year, but I could be wrong on that. Happens occasionally. Who had it happen one time also? Interesting. Mike, I'm saving my Bowers McBride combo ownership for 2 a.m. drafts when I've forgotten I entered. That's a good one. That's true. I've seen more 6-round Lamar than ever before this week. Doesn't make sense, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, he's even going past the turn now. Like had he come back, I just would have taken it. Like I know I already have an elite quarterback, but if he was there at 63, there was just I had to take him. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, this like I said before, this is a fun pocket of quarterbacks, and if Lamar is moving closer to it, then he just becomes a smash player there. Because then you're not even getting a discount. Like, sure, could May outscore Lamar? Absolutely, and so could roughly any of these other guys. But Lamar definitely has the highest ceiling, would have the highest ceiling of that group. All right. We will go with one of these Packers. If I can get them. Maybe not. Okay, get Tucker Kraft. Feel good about Kraft. Even though coming off the injury, I think we see the upside. This Tucker Kraft has the capability of being tight end 1. And we're getting him 50 spots past McBride, 60 spots past Bowers. That feels good. Now I think it's like a 5-10% chance that he's tight end 1, but still feels good. Seen some falling running backs here. Stevenson would be a nice little fall. Love Dowdle. But do we go Josh Downs? I think I can go Stevenson. Sean Bush tight end, see if he takes a third. And that's just the other thing. Like, I like, and this is why I say things like generally in the first 10 rounds, I went 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers. 3 running backs and 3 wide receivers. So that's 7 of my picks. And then I have 3 wild card picks. If it's another quarterback, a running back, wide receiver, it could be another quarterback, 2 running backs, quarterback, tight end, whatever. But I like having, in the first 10 rounds, I like having that kind of build. Now, this one, I'm going to be a little behind at wide receiver unless my next 2 picks are wide receiver. If the right guys are there, they will be. If not, I'll figure it out. Taking Kraft, I'm fine going 2 tight ends. I don't think I'll go hyper fragile running back. Could go 2 quarterback. I wouldn't mind having a third since I haven't taken a second yet. But like I said, it all kind of depends on what comes back to me in the draft. But I like, for as many drafts as possible, having as much optionality as possible. Because then you can take the falls. You can take the key correlated picks and things of that nature, where there are other times where you've boxed yourself out because you've taken 6 receivers in the first 7 rounds, and it's like, okay, you could get a 20 pick fall on a receiver and you just should have no business taking it. Those are my favorite drafts, is when I have the optionality. We got WF or Omega in here. Sup fam, hope you're doing well. And coming up here, quarterbacks seem to be falling. So there's some options there. Running backs kind of picked over, and I'm good there. Wide receiver, not the greatest range. Got Kyle Pitts, who just signed a big extension. So Dart and Purdy. Dart goes. No, of Jordan Love, but I get the fall on Purdy. Not going to overly worry about stacking. And I think I might just grab a tight end and be done. I can't take Kyle Pitts though. So we'll see. I think I just go Travis Kelce. Don't love Matthew Golden enough to take it. Everyone else feels like a bit of a reach. Let me take Kelce, be done. We'll throw volume at receiver. If I need to, I could throw 9 picks at receiver. I need 2 quarterbacks for the 11th. I'm not confident in many later quarterbacks this year. No, I mean, I think this is the tough thing with, you have the Raiders, Browns, and Cardinals, and potentially the Jets, and not even really factoring the Chino legal situation. But you have 3 or 4 teams who probably don't have a quarterback even capable of starting 17 games. So that already thins it out, and they're not great offenses to begin with. So even if they are starting, the majority of the games, how many good usable weeks are they going to have, that kind of thing. And even in that tier that I talked about, Malik Willis to Aaron Rodgers, we are relying on Cam Ward coming off, one of the more disappointing, top pick years. We're hoping that Brian Dable and some new weapons fix things, but there's far from a guarantee. And they bizarrely kind of weakened their offensive line in the mix and didn't do as much as I was hoping there. We're relying on Bryce Young, who they are adding weapons. That's a positive with like Chris Brazell and some offensive line help. But, he's just been very inconsistent. Chuck, I think, looked really good down the stretch in his rookie year. But we have a very small sample size on him. So there's a lot of uncertainty in that group as well. And Daniel Jones, as I mentioned before, just coming off 2 major leg injuries. That's not ideal. Odds are I'm okay with these 2, and the third is just optional, grade fall or stack something different. Yeah, that's how I like to build also, like feeling confident in 2 of my guys, and then having a third there just for it raises your floor each week and covers you due to unforeseen injuries or just those games where, and even sometimes it's because maybe it's because the offense is a blowout, and they just didn't do anything, need to do anything. We've seen that with even Josh Allen sometimes. because the Bills just dominate somebody and he'll have like a 13-point game. It's not his fault. I think I will go Khalil Shakir here, get a little stack, and do need some receiver help. And could take a fifth running back, be done here. Not looking tight end. So I could handcuff the Giants room. I think Chris Rodriguez is a good click here as well. Diggs just has so much surplus value potential. I think that's what this room needs the most. I think if I didn't already have two investments in tight end, like my receivers was deeper, I probably would have gone Chris Rodriguez there. I feel like there was a nice little fall and an upside case. But with where I was at, I think the swing for Diggs is more important for this team's build. Same as those humans, you got Ward at 155 and Young in the 170s in my last poodle. Nice. And that, at that cost, that feels really good. Tight end 3, there it is. Yeah. So when you take Bowers, McBride, and come back and take Goddard, wasn't even Goddard at value. I mean, I get it's with Hurts, but this is what I mean. Like, does that stack mean anything when he's your third tight end and barely going to see your field? Your running backs are Bucky and Aaron Jones. There's going to be weeks where neither one scores 10 points. We got Game Tight checking in, smashing the like. You do grab 2 of the top 4 tight ends. I believe all your next picks need to be filling out your remaining starting roster spots. You're already committed to filling the flex and need to lean in 100%. and even if there is a screaming value, or in this case, like a stack, even if you got Goddard at 140, I would have questioned it. It just puts you so far behind. As much as I like Goddard, he truly may never hit your lineup. %100% agree, Paul. That's where people take the zero RB approach just way too far. And it's just in general also, like, maybe he's only doing 2 quarterbacks. I mean, I'd much rather have 3 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends than vice versa, particularly when you spend that much. Let's go Naylor here. Juwan Jennings is not a tough click, but I think he's relatively fine for this area. Go with I have Genty. If I didn't have Genty, I would maybe take both Raiders receivers, but like I'm already making a commitment with Genty and Naylor. So I will go Jennings there. I don't mind the Raiders double tap. They both go to a point where they could both hit value. One could smash, the other could bust. One could smash, be close to smash, and the other being just a minor hit. So they very little investment to a team's top two receivers, projected top two receivers. But this time with Genty, it felt a little thinner. Should I be concerned with having too much Diggs at 37% when I have a lot of time to balance it still? No, because that just means, there is a lot of time to balance it. And then theoretically, unless he goes to like the worst landing spot, but anywhere he goes, he's going to raise an ADP. Like even if it's the Rams, even if he goes to the Rams and is the third guy there, he'll probably raise around, So I just think, you're less likely to chase it up the board. You'll still want some because you'll want to get the combos, you'll want to get the stacks, with whatever quarterback he ends up with, bring backs, that kind of thing. But I just think, that, being this far ahead for a guy who's going so low and his ADP is likely to change is fine. I'm not that high, but both Diggs and Debo, I'm, over the field on. Ooh, fourth tight end. This guy might be autoing. I wasn't paying attention. Is it auto clicking at this point? Let's see where. No. Seems like he's making a pick. Took Mendoza. That's not who I was hoping for, but it's all good. Let's see what gets back to me. I feel like I've caught up pretty well at receiver. Not perfect, but well enough. 2-4-6-2. We're all feeling pretty good where I'm at. Tesla goes, I'm really into Zachariah Branch. You know what? We're having at least 8 receivers, so we can give a shot to Zachariah Branch. Just grabbing one of these 3 running backs here, being done with that position. Don't feel the need to go Geno. Don't even have the shot if I wanted. Done the handcuff of Kenneth Walker before. I think I'll do that again. I don't mind it. I think there's paths to Emmett Johnson having his own standalone value, but for sure, if anything happens to Kenneth Walker, having the Chiefs running back room feels pretty good. Sure, I would expect D. Ricardo and or Rashard Smith, if anything were to happen to Walker, to take on a bigger role, but I do think it's going to be Emmett Johnson who would be the big beneficiary. Thank you so much, W, for Mega. We appreciate you. Appreciate you for donating a Memby. Let me know who got it. I cannot see from here. So shout out who got it so I can announce that. Mike Rob saying Dick's got to come back and get that money. Cocaine isn't cheap. I'm still not doing the unsigned wide receivers at this point. None of them can jump very high in ADP after signing, so not losing out by waiting. I don't know. I mean, Diggs, I think, can only jump so much at this point. He's going in the 130s. Devo's in the 160s, 170s. Like, Devo could jump 3 or 4 rounds pretty easily, if not more. Cheers out there. Yes, cheers to you as well. Hartman had the exact same percentage exposure on Gibbs. Yes, thank you again, Omega. Appreciate you. Diggs and Devo seem like locks to get signed somewhere. If they go to the Ravens or some other teams, could make waves immediately. Yeah, I mean, Ravens are one. I don't think people, fully acknowledge it. They drafted 2 mid-round receivers. Have Bateman, have Walker, but it is a thin wide receiver room. I think there's still a lot of teams. Like, the tough thing for these 2 guys is they don't have as clear fits. Because, like, Colts are another one. Colts lost a lot with losing Michael Pittman. And, right now, Ashton Doolin would be a starter. I think that there's a reasonable chance that they could add somebody. Do I think it's Diggs or Debo? Probably not. But I don't think the door's totally shut on them. And one that, it's probably a terrible offense, but what if the Dolphins just say, screw it. Like, we need a legitimate wide receiver on this team. We can't just be going in with Caleb Douglas and Malik Washington and Jalen Tolbert. And that guy could then get 150 targets. So I feel there is some, like, real ceiling outcomes where they jump into the 80s, 90s. I don't think much higher than that. But I just wouldn't go much further. Have you seen Debo? I mean, Debo finishes a top 20 wide receiver last year, and that's with him missing a game. That's with his quarterbacks missing games. I mean, Josh Johnson was throwing the ball at the end of the year. It's not like the Washington offense was good last year. It's, in fact, really, really bad. We will take... We'll do Darius Slayton. I've taken a lot of Mooney. I think Mooney's a more reasonable pick. But I'll take Darius Slayton. It's not a stack. But week 8, I didn't have any receiver buys then. And he could just be this, once again, sacrificial X. If he didn't miss multiple games, he missed about 4 or 5 games last year. He would have probably had a decent year. He's had decent years in years past. I don't know who's going to push him. Here's the thing, many of the receivers that they signed, like Moody's not really an X, can play it a little bit. Odell used to be, but no, I doubt really they see that anymore. Juju definitely not. Calvin Austin definitely not. So it's probably him and Malachi Fields fighting for that role. I'll probably give the lean to the veteran. Cole got the Memby. Yes, good to see that. As Meg said, the emojis, team reviews, Fanspeak fame, draft contest, 2 extra shows per week. I know it won't matter much, but I'd love Keenan signing to have another 18th round click. Agreed. Keenan would be fun also. Still say Diggs to Miami is possible. You tell me an easy job and more access to the boat feels like a bad idea to him. Yeah, I mean, I think I would not be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. And it'd also give him a case to, if he has another year like he does without any legal issues going on, then next year he still could get a nice payday. He had a good year. he had a really good year for the Patriots, and that was coming off an injury. So he's another year, even if it's on a bad offense, he'll absolutely be getting paid next season. Here's one. The community seems very low on the rushing prospects of Bucks running backs, but also low on Baker, even though receivers are all drafted. Am I missing something? Yeah, I do think this is a fair question here. Before we review these teams, let's just kind of take a look at it. I think the running back issue is just there's a lot of smoke out there. It's a 3-man backfield. Bucky probably gets the most carries. We should feel fairly confident with that. But his passing work is above average, but now it's going to be well behind Gainwell. He's got almost no goal line work, and almost assuredly behind Tucker, and if not Gainwell there. So taking him as high as he is, even if he ends up with over 1,000 rushing yards, very little passing game involvement, and maybe 4 to 6 touchdowns total, and that includes any passing. That's a tough profile. Like Jacobs could double those touchdowns. Scadaboo double those touchdowns. Swift even, is going to just have more total yards, more total catches, and should have more total touchdowns. So I just think he goes in a bad range. Like he should, honestly, Bucky and Tootin should go roughly in the same next to each other, because Bucky's more history, but their profile, their potential here is probably relatively similar. But to your point, like we're taking Mbuka where we're taking him. Godwin has moved up, pick 86, generally around the 90s. McMillan's in the 140s, and then we're drafting Ted Hurst. Sometimes Tez Johnson gets drafted. Ted Hurst did not go in this one. No, he did 189. So we're taking 4 receivers, we're taking a tight end, and the quarterback we're taking relatively late. Something doesn't add up there. I do agree with that. So my guess is, the quarterback should be going higher. I do think Mbuka is probably going a little too high just for his profile, but getting Baker in the 120s here feels like a steal when we're clearly investing in the rest of his pieces. And if we're right about the running game being a bit more concerning, especially the rushing touchdown upside of that game, then we should rely more on Baker. Because maybe, Gainwell and Bucky, if they get there, it might honestly be through Baker's arm. So I think that's a very, very fair point. Sorry, Huckleberry. I didn't love taking Branch, but I thought to myself, well, I can just take Tua. Right there, though, Dolphins get Willis, a vet, and someone that eats the first 10 yards too for short routes. Yeah. Diggs was a part-time player in New England, had a stud quarterback and no coordinator, did well. You need to play 90% of the snaps to replicate that. Maybe, but would we be surprised if he played 90% of the snaps in Miami? I mean, he's not coming off a major injury, and also there's just no competition, and they're likely to be throwing the ball more particularly than what New England was throwing a year ago. That was the other part of the issue is Diggs. Are you trotting Diggs out there in the fourth quarter when you're up 30 points? Probably not. If you're not going to throw the ball, why have Diggs out there? Now I got blue boards. Yes, let me give the full board review. I'll start from the top. For Mike, so going down, we will go in it. I think it's Thad, Buddy Man, King QC, Legion, and Huckleberry are the Fanspeak members. I do appreciate Jake Wiles for joining. He went 2-6-7-3, but I will review the other teams unless I'm wrong on that. If I am wrong, please let me know. I actually really like Baker. He's looking for a new contract. Yeah, that's another good point as well. OSU Missy he is playing for a big contract. The playoff schedule is really good. They don't have many threatening defenses in their division. I mean, Panthers are solid, Saints are fine, but no like elite overall. So I think a lot of things go pretty well for Baker. Hopefully he can stay healthy. So went through my team kind of through the draft. Don't need to really overly analyze it. So let's get into some other Membies drafts, and then we'll get into another draft ourselves. Dad on real time 2682, Jane Daniels, CJ Stroud, Bijan, Jeremiah Love, so double anchor, and then Blake Corum, Kenneth Gainwell in the mid tier. So it's too early, too mid, too late. Also got the handcuff of Brian Robinson with Bijan, so he kind of guarantees himself the Falcons room. I think that makes sense. I'm Malik Davis over Jaden Blue, but if you're drafting enough volume, I would be taking shots at both of them. So like how the running back room turned out, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, Jalen Waddle, Quentin Johnston, so 4 in top 75. Tacking on Denzel Boston, Antonio Williams, Jalen Noel, and Yoshavas. So with Jaden and Stroud, he gets Terry McLaurin and Antonio Williams there, and Jalen Noel with Stroud. Tight end wise, George Kittle, Jake Ferguson. I mean, I think those are two fine tight ends right next to each other. I do worry about Kittle in 2 tight end builds. That is the one concern I have with them. Or the big concern, like for the price that you're paying, you'd ideally maybe want to do 2 tight ends like this, but I just think the pup is pretty likely, and if not pup, it's probably he's very limited early on. So that'd be the one concern. But I do like when you take Kittle and you have a late tight end by guy like Jake Ferguson, or the better version is like Bowers, of course. Or even like a Mark Andrews, like guys who have a late buy who you feel can consistently cover those early weeks if Kittle is limited or out. Does make sense. But overall, I'd like to have a 3rd tight end with it. We got Buddy Man in here, 2673. Burrow Knicks, really like the Knicks fall here. I mean, 118 for, as I mentioned before, has finished quarterback 7 each of the last 2 years. That feels good. DeAndre Swift, Quinshot Judkins, J.K. Dobbins, Woody Marks. I think Bigsby, Katron Allen. I think top to bottom, very strong running back room. 2, not super early anchors, but 2 starting, running backs. J.K. Dobbins with the potential there. Woody Marks, kind of like the back. And then Bigsby, Katron. Real contingent playing Bigsby, but even a bit of an upside case in Katron. I think there's multiple paths for this to be a good running back room. Wide receiver wise, heavy investment here with Chase, Nico, T. Higgins. Burrow with the double stack, pulled up T to get it. Nothing wrong with that. And then Bo Nix with Troy Franklin coming up, but Parker Washington, Michael Wilson, Ryan Flournoy, and Troy Franklin. So very, very heavy investment in the wide receiver room. 5 in top 100, including 3 in top 30. Then 2 other tacked on late. Got values on both of them. So that feels good. 3 tight ends, Andrews, Henry, and then Gesicki also part of the stack as well. Strong tight end room for little investment. Running back, if Dobbins stays healthy, Katron can get a bigger role. Could be really good. And quarterback room is very strong. I mean, just need these 2 guys to stay healthy, and that's a very, very good quarterback room. King QC 3672, Caleb Malik Willis. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Caleb Malik Willis, Daniel Jones. 3 starting quarterbacks. A-Chain, also Malik Willis, David Montgomery, RJ Harvey, Sean Tucker, Alvin Kamara, and Jordan James. So 2 clear starting running backs, Harvey, and for whatever role that he is, Sean Tucker, Alvin Kamara. I think reasonable picks at their range, and also getting the fallen Kamara. Jordan James, just probably pure handcuff. But that late, there's just real potential value if CMC were missing time. Receiver-wise, Puka, Rice, Luther Burden, Romeo Dubs. So 3 in the top 50. Then Dubs, Omar Cooper, Trey Harris, Ted Hurst. Some, a lot of young guys here at the end. You just kind of need one of them to hit for this room to be strong. And then tight end-wise, 2, Tyler Warren, Sam Laporta. Very, very strong. And you can even get some flex weeks from this group. So I think the team came together pretty well. Caleb, Willis, and Daniel Jones. Willis being like the big spike week guy. Caleb can be a top 5 quarterback, and Daniel Jones, if he can stay healthy, there's plenty of upside there as well. And all, Daniel Jones with Tyler Warren, Willis with his running back, which is a fun stack, and then of course Caleb with Luther Burden. Legion in here, 3-5-7-3. So he goes Mahomes, Stafford, Baker, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Kyron, Josh Jacobs. Just fantastic running back room start. Kimani Badal tacked on at the very end. Devontae Adams from Kyle Lemon. Alec Pierce, Ricky Pearsall. Just about 4 in the top 100, even though he started later. Rashid Shaheed, Deebo Samuel, and Calvin Ridley. I think that's still fine to go only 7 with that wide receiver room. Gadsden, K-Dot, and Colby Parkinson. Tight end is the weak point of this team. Particularly Gadsden and Parkinson. They're just in tight end committees. So how consistently are they scoring? Gadsden might have a few spike weeks, maybe Parkinson a couple solid weeks. At the end of the day, though, tight end is such a weaker position. Like I don't think it's going to impact this team's real chance of advancing or being a threat, as long as Gadsden is playing it a decent amount. So I love the running back room. I think receiver room is strong for what you invested in it. Quarterback room, not a lot of rushing upside, but 3 starting quarterbacks, 3 guys with top 10 talent and potential, for a very little investment. We got Huckleberry here at 3-6-7-2, Kyler, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson. So definitely 2 starters. Watson probably starting at some point. We'll just see how long. JT, Travis Etienne, Travion Henderson. So 3 clear running backs, Tyler Algier, Dylan Sampson, George Holani to kind of round it out. For depth, Drake London, DK Metcalf, Jordan Addison, Xavier Worthy, Matthew Golden, Jalen McMillan, and A.D. Mitchell. I like how the receiver room turned out, like London as the anchor. I think DK Metcalf is definitely being slept on. Jordan Addison, Worthy, Golden, they're wide receiver 2s on their team, but also some spike week ability. Jalen McMillan has gotten some good buzz recently. It's a bit more of a murky situation, but betting on that feels good. And tight end wise, Loveland and Likely, I think you're fine just stopping at 2 there. So that's a good team. I mean, this can be a very, very competitive room, no question there. Good to see you, Wiles. Hope you're having a good day. I thought that was a really fun team for you. I heard about Shakir foot surgery a while back. We're too low on Kincaid, possibly. He's in that slot. Shakir was dominating for the Bills the last few seasons. Yeah, that's true. We've also heard some buzz about the Bills want to manage Kincaid snaps, so that just never feels good either. I honestly don't know what to do with Kincaid. Like with Josh Allen, it's completely fine. But in general, how often do you want to be picking him ahead of some of these other tight ends? Brandon Strange just got 3 years, $48 million. Okay, wow, he has to be close to top 10 paid, right? Yeah, let's look at that. Thanks for the shout. That he just got paid 3 years, $48 million. I'm gonna bring over the cap. We will look at tight end. Let's see where that would put him. Let's give it a second, and we'll get back into another draft. So let's put him. So what? 16 million a year, right? So I put him. Well, I don't think they have Kyle. Yeah, that was Kyle Pitts' franchise tag. So they haven't updated that yet. I'm trying to remember what was the Kyle Pitts contract. I'd have to look that up real quick. But definitely good, really good money for Strange. Kyle Pitts got 3 year, $54 million. So you got a little bit more, as one would expect, but 3 year, $48 million is very, very strong money. Now they'll also spread it out over this year, I'm sure. So, but if it's 3 years, $48 million guaranteed new money, that's generally how they're gonna, or new money. That's generally how this chart will work. So yeah, I mean, Pitts will maintain third spot, but he'll be above Isaiah Likely. I find one advantage to sharper lobbies is his ability to push quarterback a bit more in a lobby full of no Badgers. I'm usually getting burned with somebody randomly taking Burrow. That's fair. It's a weak tight end room with the 5 tight end drafter, so all of us need a lot less tight end. That's a good point, Legion, especially if we're saying like that 5 tight end drafter is not one of the advancing teams. It's, becomes more like a 2 of 11 team because he probably just doesn't have the points, the horses at running back and wide receiver. So I think that is an interesting point that, yeah, the rest of us can get by with less at tight end. Honestly, like me having Kraft and Kelsey probably makes me the best viable tight end, room. So I think that's an interesting way to look at it. I guess the Warren Likely. That feels pretty good also. I think the days of people passing an 18th pick quarterback are next to gone. Take the points or make up a stack. Yoshivas for the win. Well, it's just, quarterback is, the contingent value of a quarterback is just way more. Sam Sherman, it was even a game that the guy didn't even start. Shuck didn't even start, but Shuck's 9 points in that game when both Purdy and Bryce Young were out. That's going to be the difference. That matters quite a bit. We got Peppertone in here. Sup, pups? Good to see you. Best ball and call. Got your like. Thank you so much. Let's get back to a draft. Do another one. Appreciate everyone for jumping in and joining me. As I said, I'll be on Huheim's channel at, let me make sure I got the time right. I think he said 4 p.m. Central. 4 p.m. Central. So I'll be joining him then, and we'll talk some drafts, talk some ball then. So looking forward to that. All right, back here, and appreciate Omega mentioning the Strange extension. I'd seen that there'd been some rumors. It's so crazy that he's been going so late. This team's calls it God's time. So we'll see if Strange starts to move up. But all right, we are going to enter another poodle. I'm going to count it down. Enter in 10 seconds. Enter in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, enter. All right. We are now full. Let's see how many of you got in this lobby. Let's see. I know Super Beast, Buddy Man, myself at 5, Huckleberry at 8, Game Tight at 9, Legion at 10, had one on real time at 11. So it's 1, 2, me, 3, 4, 5, 6 others in here. Is KW Hill, is that somebody? If I'm missing one, please let me know. Got the thumbnail done. It's fun. Oh, can't wait to see that. Refresh the page 4 times and still got a location error. Oh, man, that is tough. But you still got it in Legion, so that's all that matters. Oh, come on. Wake up 6 others in here. Yeah, we're keeping Mike on his toes. All right, this draft has started. Wish I see what Buddy Man gives me. And all right, he goes McCaffrey. I think I can make strong cases for JT or JSN, but let me take a Puka share here. I will go with Puka. Let me go to the board. So, I do like mixing up, as I've said. I think the first 3 picks, 2 running backs and Chase, I'm kind of good with. I think there's a gap starting at that point. Can you make the case for Puka as 4? Sure. I think you can make the case for JSN. I think you can make the case for JT and even McCaffrey. Yeah, I think all have a lot of viability. In this room, not seeing anything crazy so far. We will see what comes back here. I think normally this is the Bowers, maybe a receiver, possibly a running back. We'll see what's there. Taking Genty. So Cook going pretty normal start overall. All right, let's see. Bringing back a run generally here. Oh, Legion stops out with AJ Brown pull up. Jefferson, AJ Brown, that's definitely got to be a more unique combo. I do think, I know Uheem just talked about this. I'm not doing it to the extreme that he does, but almost adjusting your ranks for a contest like this, that's a 20 max, I think can be interesting to, just for this contest, you're guaranteed to have a very unique build. Here I will take Henry. So I'm not, I'm clearly not doing it so far, but I get it. Like, taking Bowers at 14, like maybe, in BBM in August, Bowers will go 14, but you'd be the only person taking Bowers at 14 in this, in this contest. So stuff like that could be interesting. And I definitely get the point behind it. I know for Williams last year, his stance on Puka, kind of Puka or bust, and of his 20 drafts, I'll have to say, I think he had like 10 Puka or something like that. We got Mike gifting a Memby. Appreciate that, Mike. Please, if somebody could shout out who got it, because I cannot see from my StreamYard. I would really appreciate that. But thank you so much for gifting a membership. We appreciate all your support. Definitely not doing Trey McBride here. It's just too rich for me. We go Devonta. Back to the board. And back to chat. Love the Nico pull-up. I already had a Jefferson Nico share, so I passed on him. Nice. We're getting top 3 picks in Poodle, so it's not working out. Wade Berglund, congrats on the getting a month free. Check out our Fanspeak membership. Got our 2 extra membership shows each week, as well as everything else that comes with it. And thanks everyone for all your support. We really appreciate it. So coming up here. Again, nothing so crazy. I mean, Higgins pulled, we saw this last time. The last time he was with the Chase draft. Higgins pulled up to 27. I think it's a fair pull up, because now you're taking him over guys like Rice and Neighbors, who just have way more uncertainty. And even Chris Olave, that blood clot stuff and some concussion injuries in his history are just a bit concerning. So I think we actually could start to see Higgins become a fixture to the front half of the board, by pick 30, essentially. We'll see if that changes, but I'm starting to see that more and more. All right, coming up here. One pick to go. Can it be? Will it happen? That is the question. Oh, I will take Cam Scatterboom. I do believe he starts to move up. I think we are going to see Scatterboom more as ADP in other contests, and not so much in this contest. That is the thing with these time box ones. So this will be open about a week. But in like BBM and, in August, I think Scaboo probably ends up more in like the 35 to 40 range ADP. Meg being at 30 is not too far ahead of that. Now, I don't think you need to take it now, because you can get him at 4 like I just did. I do think as he continues to show that he's healthy and ready to go, you're going to see his ADP move up. Particularly, you're just going to get more buzz about the Giants' offensive line improvements, the fullback, tight ends, 2 tight end sets. We want to run the football. It's been a pretty steady mantra from everyone, including Jackson Dart. It's fairly a positive thing when the quarterback is getting interviewed and he's highlighting the running game. It's probably a good thing for your running back. Man, Degen Moore, I love that pick. I'll go GMO. Probably lean. I think you can make a strong case for Watson and Dunze, even with the Dunze the foot stuff. Obviously, Lamar, Hendo's fine. But JMO, he's just tied to such great offense. I know Amon-Ra is the guy, so it kind of holds him back. But I don't think we want zero of this kind of profile. Top 5 offense, big time, deep threat receiver, quarterback who's going to throw for 4,400 yards and 30 to 35 touchdowns. Yeah, I want all weapons. Legion, I go in the same type of team. Huck, you're drafting off my ranks. Never mind, you passing the prodigals on Scatterboo. I appreciate it. We got Bukowski in here. Good to see you. You're doing well. Another thing I've been thinking, second-year running backs and third-year wide receivers are known bump years. We seem to be low on many interesting players with highly prospective projections, mispriced all over. I agree. We talked about the third-year receivers before. And the issue is, because they were so good as rookies, and then they failed in year 2, that everyone's going to run away from them. When, as Omega said, like, we generally want to be taking third year. Sophomore receivers, we see a bump, but usually it's third year when they really come into their own. We just saw that with JSN. Even guys like QJ gotten better into year 3. Why are we so down on this class when they were clearly more talented? Now, Neighbors is his own situation. I get that. But these other guys, sure, some of it, Dunze, the injury, Ricky's had some injuries, whatever, even Marv. But there's just a lot of talent in this group. And none in the first 2 rounds now, even though many are going to be their team's wide receiver ones. Guys like Brian Thomas and Marv in the 60s, or Ruin Dunze, Brian Thomas, Marv in the 60s. All these guys could smash in the right situation. We'll go Hurts here. I like Tyler Warren, but getting the stack, wasn't sure it'd come back to me. Consider pushing it. And, as for the year 2 running backs, a lot of that's the same. Like, I'm obviously down on Tootin, but otherwise, I know there was a lot of disappointments, a lot due to injuries. And, some of those are still worth monitoring. But I do think the year 2 running backs, their situations all get better. Genty, Hampton, we talked about, Scatterboo, we talked about, even Quinshawn, his situation's definitely less ideal than others. But there's just a lot to hope for and push for these guys. So, that's why I'm okay taking Genty now in the first round. I'm okay being high on Hampton, high on Scatterboo. I want my shares of Travion Judkins. Here we go with... I don't take a lot of Parker Washington. I hate doing it in the Poodle, but he did fall about 10 spots. We'll take the shot there. Probably should have gone Ramondre. That would be my more normal pick. But I do want to mix it up a little bit. We got Brett in here. Good afternoon. Good to see you, Brett. Hope you are doing well. So, as we are getting through the 7th round, Super Beast is 1, 2, 3, 1. Buddy Man 0, 3, 3, 1. I'm 1, 2, 4, 0. We'll see. We got Huckleberry, Game Tight Legion, and Dad drafting now. Huckleberry goes 0, 3, 4, 0. we'll see what the other three guys do. Game type 133, Jalen Warren. A little bit regretting the Parker Washington pick as these running backs go off the board. And Legion also goes 133. It is, the Parker Washington price still is tough for me, but it's just tough for me to be zero on a guy who has a path to, key cog on one of the best offenses in the league. I'm going to be way lower on Parker Washington. Serious question. Hubbard is goaling back in Carolina right now. I would think so. It is just tough to know with Jonathan Brooks. He's just not played a lot of NFL football. He's big enough to handle some of that, but I'm going to lean that probably Hubbard just is more trusted, not even so much from a size standpoint, but just from a trust standpoint. I think Hubbard could just have that kind of role. We got Aiden in here. Hello, hello. All right. So coming up to 92. I didn't think Lawrence fully come back, but there was a hope. Nice fall for Huckleberry on deck. Let's see what this guy does. Turbo. I'm going to take RJ Harvey. Denver's a running back room I don't have a lot of confidence in. You have Harvey, who feels like his upside is limited. You have a rookie in Jonah Coleman, who can do a little of everything, but kind of jack of all trades, master of none. And then, of course, J.K. Dobbins. He had a good year last year, but then once again had a major injury. Who to trust, who to rely on. I don't feel great with any of them, to be honest. I have the least amount of heart, so I want to start fixing that. And particularly with him falling into like these late 80s, early 90s. I sleep like a baby with my 0% Parker. Yeah, I mean, this is probably the thing is like, this team probably advances into the playoffs. Sorry, everyone else for being in here. Advances into the playoffs, and then I get killed like week 15 or 16 because Parker Washington is like a 5-point game. And just, it was just a bad pick the whole time. That's how I feel it's going to end up being. Let's go GMO, or not GMO. Sam Laporta to go with GMO. Consider Gainwell. We'll just leave it here for now. Let's go back to chat. I should probably back off my 33% Jacoby though. Yeah, I have the most Jacoby, so I'm trying to mix it up some. At JT, misdrafting with you today. Had to take care of the Chihuahuas. So I hope they're doing well. But yeah, I always enjoy drafting with JT. My 2% kept me away for weeks. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm tough. I'm tough to get behind Parker Washington. If I lose BBM to Parker Washington, I'm okay with that. I'm overweight on Parker. The eye test to me last year, he looked like wide receiver one. I mean, it's just it's such a tough thing where he unquestionably looked good. Like you said, the eye test. It's just every other situation around him. The investment in them. And Brian Thomas, former first round pick. Jacoby Myers, traded multiple mid-round picks and then gave him $20 million a year. And both those guys, we know their upside. And then, you have Travis Hunter. You can say he's going to be the defense player. I still think he plays a good bit on offense. And to me, that comes at the expense of Park Washington. I don't think he's coming from Brian Thomas. I don't think he's really coming from the $20 million man guy. So it's just like if one of those receivers gets squeezed, Washington has to vastly outplay these other two guys. And they're good receivers. It's not like, if he was on the Browns before they drafted two guys, you'd be like, yeah, no, of course, I don't care what Parker Washington's draft status was. He can outplay these guys. If he was on Washington, it's like, yeah, he's outplaying everyone not named Terry McLaurin. There's no question. But there's just so much more crowded. And I think I just wish his ADP was, to me, was the difference between Parker Washington and Jalen McMillan. Jalen McMillan has shown plenty of flashes of Grant Washington. Has shown more. But, the reason why we take Jalen McMillan in the 130s, 140s is because we know they have major investments in Mbuka and Chris Godwin. And even now Ted Hurst. So I just feel like he's missed price considerably. Is there a path forward for him? Yes. I just think it's tougher than we want to admit. We'll go Stafford here. Board. So I was hoping Goff would come back, but that was a nice pick by Game Tight. It was a little past ADP. But I was hoping with JMO and Laporta could help push him back. But Game Tight, having Amon-Ra is a pretty good reason to take Jared Goff. Jumping in here, anyone interested? Our drafters basketball rankings are live on Substack for paid subs. So Meg's been working on that. We have all Best Buy sub sites and formats. Slayton, it's fun to imagine there's a roving pack of chihuahuas terrorizing GT's neighborhood. Yeah, the way that he said that was take care of the chihuahuas. The Brenton Strange contract. So it's 3 years, $48 million. I'm sure more details will come out on it. On the clock, so I should probably pick. We'll go Chris Rodriguez here. Let's go back to the board. So I'm sure more stuff will come out on the contract. And this is why why smart teams sign these guys early, because you can give them that kind of money, but you're spreading it out over more years because you give them a signing bonus that starts this year. So it increases cap hit this year, but then he's, of those 3 years, $48 million. They're all under the $16 million per year average. And a lot of times the last year will always be backloaded, so it's easy to cut them and all that kind of stuff. But it's just, the earlier you can sign a guy to an extension, not only do you not let the market keep resetting itself, but you can also spread the money out more. So that's why I think smart teams do it that way. Other teams, not so smart, do it in less cost-friendly ways. All right, coming into round 12, do you find yourself ever drafting, throw in some Chuba shares? I've not handcuffed them. I don't believe. I'm kind of lower on the room in general, but usually I'm deciding one or the other for that one. I'm avoiding Jags pass catchers at AEP other than BTJ, maybe Hopium, but no strange as the fourth highest paid tight end. There's just enough ball, and if T-Law is rushing for 10 again. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if T-Law is rushing for that many again. Also, I will say, last year, if they threw the ball a decent chunk to the running back, that probably goes down this year. Chris Rodriguez, that's not his game. It's not Tootin's game. McQuint Allen, it is his game, but he's only going to be on the field so often. So I would expect that portion to go down a little bit for sure. Now that's a minor portion, but Travis Etienne, I'm looking it up now. He did have 52 targets, 6 receiving touchdowns. So only just under 300 yards. I thought it was more like 350. But those 52 targets, maybe Tootin's getting 40 of those. So something like that. Honestly, it might be more like 30 because Tootin already had he had 14 targets of his own. So I could see that going down a bit. Obviously, I doubt 6 receiving touchdowns. They had 8 receiving touchdowns between Tootin and Travis Etienne. That's unlikely to happen. I'm on the clock. I should be making a pick. And we would just go with Joe McMillan, who I talked about. A bit of a panic pick. I do like him. I want a share of him for sure. Probably should have done Brenton Strange. Maybe he comes back. You can do Mastiff this year? Probably not. I mean, it's a fun contest, but it's also an expensive contest. You can draft, 3 Dalmatians and multiple, other $40, $50 contests for that one single $500 contest. And all those, last year those had better advance rates. Connor Henry is the pick here. Could stop at 2 tight ends with Laporta Henry. I'm okay with that. I think you're right. He comes off the field before BTJ or Myers. I'm trying to be even share of all 3. Yeah, I think I would ideally want to be even share of all 3. My issue is just the price. I think his price is just too high. Now Thomas is above him, but roughly the same range. And Myers is like a 2-round discount. So it's just a little tough for me. Mention another reason to not take Parker. Yeah. No, I think this is 100% fair. While you have people taking Christian Kirk over Lamar. Did somebody snipe you on Stroud? Wait, did Stroud go? Oh yeah, Rick here. All right, so coming into round 14. My road to disbelief is how anyone ever drafts Travis Hunter. Well, Meg definitely does. I look at it to the extent I would have liked it more if they drafted more corners and didn't grab 2 tight ends. I do think there may be going to be a bit more 12 personnel than any of us think, which actually hurts, again, Parker Washington as well. But there's enough buzz out there saying that Travis Hunter is going to be out there. I've seen things like 80%. 80% is not right, but whatever the percentage is, he's going to be out there in passing downs. Like Travis Hunter is not going to be out there on, 3rd and 1 or even 2nd and 1 and whether at the goal line or at the 50-yard line, right? Like he's rarely going to be out there in those kind of situations. He's going to be out there. When he's out there, they're throwing. So when he's out there, he's going to run around. So even if he's only out there 50% of offensive snaps, 48% of those are going to be passing snaps. Here we're going to go Flournoy. Want a little bit more help at wide receiver. So, it's pure spike week. There's going to be plenty of weeks where he gets 2 targets, does nothing. But he will have those weeks where he gets 6 targets, 7 targets, and he's got deep playability, big playability, big yards after the catch. So where he's going in the 140s, 150s, that'd be more ideal. When he starts going to 130s, which has been happening more, it's less fun. Let me just go to the board. Where did he go in this draft? 135. That's kind of like the floor. Like, it's tough for me because he's going between Coker and Sheed. I think Sheed probably is, like, Coker doesn't have the same spike week upside, but more consistent. Sheed probably has that spike week upside. I wish he was going past the Tucker Boston range personally. But I just think that it's going to be hard to keep him off the field. I really do believe that. Take Dylan Sampson. I already have 2 Lions, so don't need Tesla there. So, like, when I say keep him off the field, I mean, like, he's going to play a certain percentage of snaps, and then any injury that occurs, he just outperforms. Like, his role could expand. I wouldn't. We shouldn't treat it as a 0 that he's not going to expand. And yeah, Paul's saying guilty. You can argue Hunter and Strange are the only T-Law targets you don't have to pay sticker price on. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, the upside case for them, you're not paying for it. Because one injury occurs to one of these receivers and Hunter's role goes up. And Hunter's not a great X receiver. He's a better X receiver than Parker Washington or Jacoby Myers. So if, like, BTJ were to miss time, like, they might find a way to get Hunter out there more in, like, an X. So I don't know. I do agree them not drafting the corner is bearish for Hunter, but I just don't. I think Hunter gets to decide. I really do. Like, and I think T-Law gets to decide some also. Like, T-Law is going to want the best weapons out there. The massive investment in T-Law. Are they really going to say, no, we need to play our potentially most talented wide receiver at corner? I just don't know if that will stay. I really don't. We rarely see teams prioritize defense that much over offense. And here you have a case to do it with a singular player. I think he's undoubtedly their best corner. I think there's a real chance he's their best wide receiver. I know people think that's crazy, but I tend to agree. That was Matt Harmon's take, that he thought Travis Hunter was the best receiver in last year's class, one of the best receiver prospects in the last 5-10 years. So that seemed better than BTJ. And I kind of agree with it. I wish he would be getting the full push towards wide receiver and just sparingly play corner here and there. That so far isn't the case, but I do wonder if that could change just at any moment. And I think it was going to last year when he had that London game and coming off the bye. I really think it was going to if he didn't get hurt. The one thing I will say is when you're playing both sides, your injury risk is going to be increased. That's unquestionable. I'm one that I don't want to be too over the field on Hunter just because it's very, I wouldn't say high risk, but it's moderate risk, extremely high reward though. Take a Jeremy Bernard share here. Not sure how I want to build out this team. I only have 2 quarterbacks. But I try to love Gino. I need another draft. No, I'm not. I'm going to be on with Who Hames at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to take a little break before then. Only in Texans this week, their 150-pound wide receivers run block ass tank. I might just go third tight end at this point. So I might just draft 2 again. Yeah, I think I'm just going to draft 2 on. I'd rather have the third quarterback, even with the same buy as Stafford. I think I'm only going 2 tight ends, so I could go another running back or another wide receiver. Can't be good for the offense if the defense knows they're passing. No, but I mean that. So for an example, the 49ers last year were in 11 personnel. I want to say about 45% of the time. When they were in 11 personnel, they passed 78% of the time. So that's what I'm talking about here. It's going to be on all clear passing situations. There'll be some where there's like a run pass option, like where Lawrence can audible into a run, something like that. But my point is he's not going to be out there on your just general clear running downs, and even probably not. I also think Hunter probably doesn't play a ton in like first quarters, and that's the kind of risk that you have where. The game going well for them, you might not end up playing a ton because they're up by 3 scores, so they're not throwing the ball as much. They're not, there's just no need to push it. But if the game is back and forth, the shootout, or they're down, then I think you see Hunter's snap percentage jump in the second half of games when they need more explosive weapons, more upside. Would not shock me in those kind of scenarios. So I think it's going to be very game dependent, and which is why best ball is the only way in fantasy I think you can play Hunter or utilize Hunter. But it's tough because it's just not clean. I haven't seen him fall out at that price. Yeah. I wish he would fall. Just gonna have 3% Tesla, be fine with it. 25% Tesla this year. I mean, earlier I was lower on Tesla. I'm closer to whose side. I think I'm 5%. I definitely prefer Ryan Flournoy to Tesla. I think it's the same bet between the two, but it's a little cleaner for him. So I took this guy some before. I haven't taken him much lately. I think we're just totally out on Jahan Dotson. Is Branch really threatening Dotson? Maybe he rebounds for Atlanta and is the clear wide receiver too. So I want to mix him in some late in these drafts as well. Tesla is my secret. Will get in the field way more than the community thinks this guy this year. Yeah, I mean, there's some good buzz about that. I do think, no Khalif Raymond, the guy, if I'm not mistaken, Kendrick Law, they drafted in the 5th, 6th round, is already on IR. And I don't think he's a real threat to Tesla to begin with. So I think he's the clear number 3. The issue is the tight end and the running backs are very, very involved also. But I do think Tesla is also in there in the money area. Like he's going to have a lot of red zone usage. So that helps him, as we saw a year ago when all he did was catch touchdown passes. 23%. Yeah. Mooney too. I'm scared now. Yeah, the Mooney thing could go either way. Kirk is down to 19%. Still one of the Cousins. Krusty Kirk, yeah. No, Christian Kirk. I'm Christian Kirk over Stribling for sure. I'm not doing a ton of that right now. My late 49er in sprint was Tonja's 30%. Interesting. 0 Kirk Cousins, 218 teams. Let me catch up with chat, then we will review these teams. Do you know what contest you and who Ames will draft? I don't. So I'm not sure if he's in here. I can definitely say. I know to start, we're going to talk ball and see, but we also talked about drafting. When you get to this, please show the draft board. I will do that because there's a real chance I forget after this. So here's the full draft board, and I'll catch up with chat and we'll review the teams. If the Raiders are 6-3, I don't see Cousins on the bench. Yeah. No, I agree. If they're still in contention and winning it, or to make the playoffs, I think Cousins can stay in. I think it's a tough road, but it's not possible. That's Meg's point. I think it has to be like 6-3 or better. Otherwise, even if it's like, let's say through 9 games, 4-5, even 5-4 might be a stretch to keep them in. I'm Superflex though, so we'll just take a little hedge in that tournament. Getting round 7, Jaden in DK today, but there'll probably be 2-7. Yeah, that's the issue. I finally took Cousins yesterday in a limb. Cousins does, I think, make some sense in a limb. I think I did too, who on somebody's stream when I got bullied. Yeah, I mean, Cousins in the limb, I think, is fine because I think he probably gets at least 5 games, and that gets you to the money weeks. That's more than fine. For a third option. Mega, yeah, I'm very skeptical of Kittle recovery. The team wants no respect. Injury from me, so I was heavier on Tonjes as well. His play winning can keep Kittle out too. Yeah, I don't know. I just think from my Kittle perspective, pup list is realistic, and the 49ers have also shown to be very, very cautious. We saw this past year with Pearsall and Purdy, and we saw it the year before with McCaffrey. I don't know why they wouldn't be cautious to start the year. So that's kind of where I'm at on it. Let us go over these teams. I already did the board for Mike. So my team, just a real quick recap on it: 3-5-8-2, Hurts, Stafford, Tua. So 3 quarterbacks, not the perfect quarterback build for me, but good enough. Henry, Scatterboo, double anchorish, Harvey in the middle, Rodriguez a little past that, and then Sampson is a later guy. This room does run the risk of being just a 2 running back room, but also has the upside of like Harvey and Rodriguez both having real usable roles, and even Sampson as well. I just don't know how much Judkins is going to be involved in the passing game. And Cleveland's probably going to be down quite a little bit this year. Puka, Devonta Smith, Jameson Williams, Parker Washington. That's my top 4. Debated a lot on Washington. It's felt good enough with the top 3 to take that risk, plus the fall. Jalen McMillan, Ryan Flournoy, Jeremy Bernard, and Jahan Dotson. Dotson's not my favorite click, but I do want to mix him into some of these tournaments, especially these time box ones, because he is the type, and not just for him, but some of these other guys, nowhere near 100% drafted. And when we get a time box in August, he could be. If it's clear he's wide receiver 2 in Atlanta, he's going to be 100%, essentially 100% drafted. So, not my favorite click by any stretch, but though that kind of profile, same with what I did last time with Slayton, like same thing. Like right now, nowhere near 100% drafted. Come August, and he's out there as the clear X receiver and no real threat, and Neighbors is starting the year on the pup. He's going to be drafted in every 16th round. 2 tight ends, Laporta and Hunter Henry. So didn't get it stacked up fully as much as I wanted, but overall, thought this was a fine team. We got Super Beast here, 3582. Caleb, Rogers, Shador. At the end of the year, should have 3 quarterbacks. Caleb and Rogers to get you through to that point. Javonte Swift, so nice Bears bet here going. Blake Corum, Aaron Jones, and Mike Washington. And it's a fine running back room. 2 clear starters, one of the best, number 2 handcuff backs. Aaron Jones with the ability to exceed value, and Mike Washington should be the clear number 2 and for the Raiders. Chase, London, DK Metcalf. So 2 early, and then 2 Steelers here. Metcalf, Pittman to go with Rodgers. Steph Diggs, Trey Tucker, Denzel Boston, Jerry Jeudy. I think that's a very good wide receiver room. Took a couple guys early to get their guy, like Steph Diggs. For sure, got Pittman early, but it makes sense. You knew exactly where you're going with that. But I like this whole room, and Jeudy, to double tap the Browns late. Not bad. I mean, I'm not the biggest Jerry Jeudy fan, but 191, I'll be interested. And then 2 tight ends, Loveland and Schultz. It's great and late, and Schultz, as I've mentioned multiple times, has 100 target upside. Only a handful of tight ends have that. Buddy Man, 3573. Malik Willis, Daniel Jones, and Darnold. So Wade at quarterback. This is a high risk, high reward type quarterback room. I do like going 3, and Darnold is a nice chaperone for this team with the a bit more uncertainty with Willis and Daniel Jones, but also the upside there for those guys. McCaffrey, Love, Kyron, so 3 running backs in a row, kind of your anchor of your team. Dobbins and Jalen Wright tacked on as well. Mike Evans, DJ Moore, Alec Pierce, Michael Wilson, so essentially 4 in the top 100. Jane Higgins, pretty close near that. Malik Washington, Torrey Horton. I personally have a bit more questions than I understand their stacks. Just less clear right now what their roles are going to be on their prospective teams. Horton just could end up being the 4th guy, and same with Malik Washington. I know he's the leading returning receiver, but that's not saying a whole hell of a lot. And he could be the leading receiver this year. It's just uncertain, but in a stack, 190-ish, it's fine. He goes a little higher on DK, which is more problematic to me. Tyler Warren, AJ Barner, and TJ Hawkinson. Very strong tight end room there. So I think that works out. And I think you're the team, with those 3 running backs, you're very well set. I think how, Michael Pierce's injury, but Michael Wilson, Higgins, and then can you get anything from those 2 guys late? Even if it's just 2 weeks per guy, I think then that's fine. We got Huckleberry here, 8th spot, 3762. Dak, Bryce Young, Fernando Mendoza, Bayshell Tootin, Jadarian Price, Chuba Hubbard, Ken Gainwell, Jonathan Brooks. Talked about taking both sides of the Carolina room. I think it makes some more sense here when you get a fall, half around here, almost 10 picks there. So I think that helps it out. And then Marshawn Lloyd and Malik Davis too, have some depth and volume. So you have the Carolina backfield and a piece of Jacksonville, Seattle, and Tampa. So if those pieces are the right ones, then you could have a very strong room. And if only one or two of those are the right ones, plus Carolina, then you can have a very usable room. Lamb, Nico, Malik Neighbors, Luther Burden, potentially just an insanely good receiver room. Tacking on Naylor and Tesla, I think those are two good options to round out this receiver room. I have some concerns with Neighbors in a 6 wide receiver build right now, because if he does start out on PUP, you just run that risk of only having 5 wide receivers. But other than that, that's like the only question mark there, and 2 tight ends, Ferg and Likely, I think are very strong. So, you need a couple things to break your way with the running backs. You need Neighbors to be relatively healthy, but outside of that, that's a fun build. Game tight, 3-5-7-3, Lamar, Goff, Shuck. 3 starting quarterbacks. Lamar, Goff, both can be top 10 guys, and we'll see what we have in Shuck this year. A-Chain, that's a good 1-2 combo. Then Jalen Warren and Monangai, so it's like 2 anchors, 2 in the 80s, and then Pacheco late. So I think that's a fun way to build it. Warren and Monangai don't need to be full-time starters to hit your lineup. And it's like combined, they're probably a pretty solid number 3 back. Receiver-wise, Amon-Ra, Zay, Jordan Tyson. So stacking up all 3 with your first 3 your 3 quarterbacks, first 3 picks. Rashid Shaheed, Zachariah Branch, Calvin Ridley, and Rashad Bateman. I absolutely love the first 4 wide receivers. Zachariah Branch, not my favorite, as I mentioned last draft. Ridley, is fine. Bateman's fine. So I think most of your points are going to come from these 4 guys. Amon-Ra and Zay are pretty consistent scorers. Now Zay, can he hit the ceiling there, but you got a little discount, so that helps. And then Tyson as a rookie, how much he can do. But I think you are going to hit the flex most of the time from the running back position, so that's going to be okay, because you're just utilizing those 4 guys, and then whatever you get from this bottom 3 to hit your lineup. And I like the Pitts, Juwan Johnson, Kate Otten. That turns into a very good tight end room in my book. So that was game tight. Got Legion and that in here, and then we'll get on out of here. This is Legion 3663. May, Lawrence, Bo Nix. Very strong, robust quarterback room. Could be the leading quarterback team in this pod for sure. And then, if this team advances, then you have 3 guys each week of the playoffs. And if you get to the finals, that you feel really good about to point up big time numbers. Jacobs, Bucky, Ramondre, so 3 running backs you feel pretty good about their volume and relative potential. There's some other concerns surrounding Jacobs, some concerns surrounding Bucky, but where you're getting them can mitigate any risk. Brian Robinson, Katron, Allen, and then LaQuint Allen, for depth. Receiver, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, Chris Olave. Tons of projectable volume there for those 3. Then Shakir, Myers, and Travis Hunter. Only concern there would be all 3 have the same bye. I don't mind a 6 wide receiver build with that kind of investment, but having 3 with the same bye, I know not everyone cares about buys, but you have 3 guys. Any one of these misses week 7, you're going to take a 0 at the position, and like you're building out. Week 7 you're covered running back wise, so your flex can come from there. And then that doesn't become much of a concern. But yeah, you miss 1 week, and it could become a problem to sink this team. But I get it. Not everyone's going to focus on that as much. But 6 wide receiver build otherwise feels really good. And then every other week, you're guaranteed to have 5 of them. So it's not too bad. Brenton Strange, Gunnar Helm, love those two. I'm not taking a lot of Evan Ingram, but I understand what the stack. And just having a third tight end there. I think I would have done a 7th wide receiver just for that reason overall, but not a big deal. And then Thad, 2682, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield. Give me 1 second. Ashton Genty, Amari Hampton, Rico Dowdle, Jonah Coleman, Zach Charbonnet, Emma Johnson. So taking 6 running backs, but taking Charbonnet as like, a layaway back because you're not going to expect him the first 8 to 10 weeks. Let's be honest, he's probably not coming back to after the bye. Is pretty nice. Yeah, like you could get a real playoff run from him, and you're strong enough from your top 3 backs especially to get that team through. So it helps get unique. Don't do a lot of Charbonnet, but I think that's how you approach it. Buka, Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, Chris Godwin, Wandale, Jalen Coker. I think there's a lot of projectable volume group. I would worry slightly with touchdowns. Lemon, Wandale, Coker aren't necessarily big touchdown profiles, but all can get 120 to 140 targets. Things kind of break their way. Brandon Ayuk, I'm still out on. I don't see anything changing anytime soon. And we'll just see what's there for him. But in this wide receiver room, you can sustain the risk just because your top 6 are so good. And then Keon Coleman as well. 2 tight ends, Dallas Goedert, Pat Freiermuth. That feels pretty strong. So quarterback room, just taking 2 guys, Allen and Mayfield, very strong. Running back room, top 3, kind of your anchor. And receivers, like I think the top 6 here, just everyone can be, Mbuka and Tate are probably the true ones on their teams, but the other ones are going to be very heavily involved twos. Baker double stacked, that was good. And Keon Coleman thrown in as a stack at the end. So yeah, that is a fun draft. But Keith in here, who do you take with my team's last pick? Watson, Shador, or Claiborne? Thanks, Steve. Yeah, let me go back and look. So Super Beast here, Shador. No, I think you made the right choice with Shador. I really do. I'm not a big Claiborne guy. I think, he's not a great pass catcher. So I don't think even if Aaron Jones misses time, the theory is he's got the profile of an Aaron Jones, but I just don't know if he does. Now, granted, Jordan Mason isn't big of a pass catcher, but I think Claiborne's more like a year 2, year 3 project running back. Would not shock me if he's like inactive basically every week. So I think it comes down to Shador and Watson. Watson, my guess, starts the year. My guess is Shador closes the year. With what you have going here, you have 2 Browns. You probably want the closer, for Boston and Judy at the end. And, I think Aaron Rodgers and who was the other one, Caleb Williams, get you through plenty. And the fact that you have later buys, maybe that's when Shador is taken over, hopefully. If you had 2 really early buys, I'd say maybe Watson has a little bit more value because he's covering those weeks for you. But, there's no guarantee Watson's still starting by the time, Aaron Rodgers or Caleb take their buys week 9 and week 10. So I think Shador is probably the pick there. I think you're very strong at wide receiver. Your running back room, Javonte and Swift to anchor it with Corum and Aaron Jones. I mean, that's a good quad 4 group. and then Washington thrown in. So I don't think you need Claiborne at all. I understand the thought that he's almost like a direct handcuff to Aaron Jones. I'm just not sold on that, just because his draft profile to me was not a pass catching guy. At least year one. Like, is it something you could develop more? For sure, but just unlikely to me he's going out there year one doing it. So I think he made the right call with that pick. So let me catch up with chat, but thank you so much for the super chat. And always happy to answer your question. JT, especially if Bowers is having a record-breaking season for Cousins. Yeah, back to that discussion. No, I mean, if the offense is clicking with it, I don't think they do anything. Thank you for the review in the stream. Absolutely appreciate everyone jumping in, supporting, and drafting. Darnold is a guy who I think may throw way more. I haven't gotten that take two exposures yet. Might have to add now in my slows. I think Darnold throws more this year. Multitude of reasons. One, Walker gone, Charbonnet injured. Also, Seattle's defense probably not as good. They lost 3 secondary pieces. They lost a pass rusher. It could still be a good unit, but might take a step back. Might not be dominating teams as much as they were. Could lead to, and also a tougher schedule, so it could lead to more shootouts. I appreciate that, Keith. Thank you again, and appreciate everyone for joining. Hope everyone has a great rest of the day. I forgot to mention earlier, there's Best Ball Jeopardy in May, so keep that in mind. Come back tonight and watch. Should be a lot of fun. It is, wait, do I have my weeks mixed up? Is it Neil versus BBG? Let me double check that I don't have my weeks mixed up. Always a possibility. I think it's, Neil versus BBG tonight. Yeah. So that should be fun. Definitely plenty of buzz with BBG and the Think You Can Tout stuff. But always good to see Neil. Neil's such a great guy. I mean, they're both two nicest guys you'll find. So looking forward to it. Like I said, I will be back tomorrow with Nice and Blunt in the afternoon. I'm going to be on Uheim stream in about 15 minutes. So let me post that before we get on out of here. I think he said he had it up. But yeah, join me in Uheim's there as we talk ball, and I think we are planning on drafting something, and then I'll be back with Nice and Blunt tomorrow, and in between Jeopardy tonight. So let's keep it going. And he did kill it with his his thumbnails. Uheim's is absolutely crushing his thumbnail game. So check that out. Hope everyone has a great rest of the day. I will be on there in a little under an hour, and I will catch you later. Peace.
Fanspeak, where the plan runs deep. The team grind hard, don't eat, don't sleep. From best ball dreams to DFS streaks, they help you print money every single week. Fanspeak, no cap, no gimmicks, we breaking limits. NFL bets, yeah, we live this business. Meg and Steve, that OG vision. Draft room killers on a lifelong mission. More stress to the Sunday spread. Fanspeak's that voice that's inside your head. Best ball, DFS, NFL bets, they built it brick by brick, no regrets. Fanspeak team, printing money since day one. Fanspeak, forever.